There are many things that make our nation unique, and American art is one of them. Art is a reflection of the time and place it is created. The Butler Institute of American Art in Youngstown, Ohio, was the first building specifically built to house an American art collection. The museum was founded over a century ago in 1919 by Joseph G. Butler, Jr., and is nationally acclaimed, where our sole focus is the art of America. The Butler has one of the premier collections of American art in the nation, including 22,000 artworks. To walk through the Butler galleries is to walk through the history of America. Join me as we explore our treasures. 4 centuries of American art. For centuries, portraits have formed an important record of America's people. Access to portraits in colonial America and during the Republic's early years was limited. Portraits were available to very few, largely European colonists or immigrant Americans, those who could afford this costly luxury and a home to place it in. In early America, a limner artist was one who had little, if any, formal training and would travel from place to solicit commissions to paint portraits. A portrait done in the traditional European manner, as seen in the work of John Singleton Copley and Thomas Sully, elevated the sitter and his family to the equivalent of old world refinement. What does a portrait reveal about the artist? Copley, Boston's greatest portrait artist, spent time in England during the Revolution. Copley was only 19, and at the beginning of his career, when he created this incredible portrait on canvas using oil paints in 1757. He is known for his treatment of fabrics, creating a sparkling sheen of satin and silks. Look at the light and shadow cast in Mrs. Ray's elegant gown as it contrasts with the simplified attire of her child. His treatment of the folds and creases in the satin fabric is of special note. Notice the detailed reflections of the polished furniture on the chair in which Mrs. Ray is seated. Thomas Sully was influenced by neoclassical art from Europe. As he studied in London, he was indeed the most accomplished portraitist of the Romantic era in the United States. What might a portrait express about the person being portrayed? Look at the figures in both oil paintings. The clothing portrays that of a Roman-style period. We see the dreamy-like feeling portrayed by the mother asleep as her infant child lies awake and playfully looking at the viewer. The mother's clothing also reflects a dreamy-like quality. Note the use of color, creating the warm and glowing feeling in both of these oil paintings, and the soft brushstrokes Sully used in capturing a romantic sensitivity. Look at the paintings by Charles Willson Peale. This pair of portraits by Charles Willson Peale, accomplished painter and a Renaissance man, a soldier, scientist, inventor, politician, and a naturalist. Peale was part of a prominent Philadelphia family. He and his wife Rachel had great appreciation for the fine arts and named some of their children after favorite artists, Rembrandt, Raphael, Titian. This pair of paintings, it depicts the painter's mastery in portraiture. These oil paintings were painted during the 18th century, and as you look closely at the faces of Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Russell, we see defined oval shapes that are illuminated with light coming from the same direction in each portrait. Notice how they are paired as they look at the viewer. The refinement of their clothing reflects the couple's wealth. As we examine the backgrounds of each painting, we see the vase to the right of Mrs. Russell and the fabric draped in the background and to the left of Mr. Russell's portrait. The portrait of Mr. Russell is especially intriguing, as it portrays a neoclassical male gesture of him resting his right forearm in the shirt with his hand hidden. This gesture of the arm is depicted in portraits of Napoleon, painted by Jacques-Louis David, foremost French painter of the neoclassical style.